I'm Darrell Tadley. I'm CEO of Piedmont Payment Services. Our business is predominantly focused on voluntary insurance benefit payments. So where we fit is when an agent broker goes into a business to sell their various products. If they have voluntary, which are typically employee paid benefits, and the employer says, I don't have a payroll deduction slot, or I don't want to handle a bill, then we fit, because we can collect the money individually in a group, but still in a group setting, hold those funds, reconcile the bills, and pay the carriers without the employers having to do anything. Piedmont has the ability to create a bank account in real time for each individual that comes to Piedmont, and requires them to go into their payroll system and set it up just like they would a savings account. And it's a manual process. Lots of opportunity for errors. In our world, our customer has to go into their payroll system, or someone has to go into their payroll system and update that information. Sometimes it's an HR person or payroll person, or it's the employee if they have access to their payroll system, which most people do now, but it still required human intervention, and often required our support people to spend a significant amount of time on the phone walking someone through the process. And I'll use one particular group as an example, that airline union. There are about 10,000 members. So when we first began with them, the very first year, we had about 10,000 active customers, and they had to go through 14 steps. So they would log into their payroll system, they would navigate, do all the various things they did to get down to the place where they entered their routing number, our routing number, their bank account number, which is the one we give them. Our people were fairly overwhelmed. We were looking for something to make that more efficient, faster, better experience for the customer. When we got introduced to you guys, it just seemed like a good fit. And the next year was the first year we utilized Truv. We cut that number down to, I think we handled about 4,000 phone calls, and we noticed our time shrunk almost in half. Last year, which actually was this year, 2024, at the beginning in January, we had about the same number of participants, but we only had roughly 1,500 phone calls that we handled. So it was a tremendous saver for us. The people in the field, those local folks that are in those offices out in the various airports, we probably cut their time down by 90%. So it was a much better experience, saved us a lot of time, which obviously translates to money. The first thing we saw was that it was great for us, and it was really great for the customer. You guys really listened to what we were doing. I think had a better idea of not only what we were doing, but how we could make it fit, and just seemed to be a better fit for us in general. And the relationship seemed to be more important than just processing some transactions. And that really spoke to us. You held our hand and still hold our hand through a lot of things. And that's critical to us. It's the relationship more than anything.